Humanity has always been obsessed with one terrifying idea: finding a cosmic lifeboat, a second Earth, a new home, a sanctuary hidden somewhere in the darkness, waiting silently for the day our own world finally dies. Naturally, our eyes turn toward the nearest shore of the cosmic ocean, the Alpha Centauri system, just over 4 light-years away, a distance that, on the scale of the galaxy, is practically next door. But the true ruler of this system is not the pair of bright stars visible from Earth, hidden deep within the shadows, wandering like a frozen ghost through interstellar space. There is something far more disturbing. Proxima Centauri, and orbiting this faint red star, is a planet that captured the desperate hope of the entire human race. Proxima b, a rocky world, roughly the mass of Earth, positioned precisely within the so-called habitable zone, the narrow region where liquid water could theoretically exist. It sounds like salvation, a new beginning, an oasis waiting to be claimed. But in the universe, proximity does not mean safety, because humanity's closest potentially habitable world is not a paradise. It is a deadly trap. Transition, leaving behind the comforting glow of our sun, reveals the true scale of this cosmic deception. Traveling 4 light-years may sound short, but the distances of deep space were built to crush the human mind. Even using the fastest spacecraft humanity has ever created, the journey would take over 70,000 years. 70,000 years. Crossing absolute darkness, freezing silence, and endless emptiness, as the familiar constellations slowly vanish behind us. The distant glow of the Centauri system begins to grow brighter. But we must look beyond the twin stars. We must travel farther, deeper, into the cold outer edges of the system, where a tiny dying ember glows faintly in the darkness. Proxima Centauri, a red dwarf star, so incredibly small that it is barely larger than Jupiter itself. It emits so little visible light that if our sun were replaced with Proxima Centauri, midday on Earth would become a dim blood-red twilight. Red dwarfs are the silent rulers of the universe. More than 70% of all stars that exist are red dwarfs. They burn their nuclear fuel so slowly that they can survive for trillions of years. Long after our sun dies, long after Earth is gone, Proxima Centauri will still remain, faintly glowing, inside a frozen and dying universe. But that extraordinary lifespan comes with a horrifying price. Because the star is so small, its habitable zone is dragged dangerously close to hell. Proxima b orbits its star 20 times closer than Earth orbits the Sun. A single year on this planet lasts only 11 days. And this is where the illusion of a second Earth begins to collapse. The moment you step onto Proxima b, you do not find blue oceans or peaceful skies. You find a world shattered by gravity itself. The planet is tidally locked. It does not rotate freely. One side faces the star forever. The other is condemned to stare endlessly into the frozen abyss of deep space. On the daylight side, there is no sunrise, no sunset, no passage of time. A massive blood-red sun hangs motionless in the sky, forever dominating the horizon. The heat is relentless. The surface is a scorched wasteland, cooked beneath endless radiation. Any oceans that may have once existed, boiled away billions of years ago. But walk toward the night side, and the nightmare changes completely. You enter a kingdom of eternal darkness, cold so extreme that even the atmosphere begins to freeze, collapsing onto the ground, like permanent toxic snow, a silent frozen tomb. buried beneath an endless night. And yet, between these two hellish worlds, there exists a narrow region of survival. The Terminator line, a permanent twilight ring, where the red sun remains frozen on the horizon forever. For years, astronomers desperately hoped that perhaps this narrow region could support life, but reality is far worse. The violent clash between the burning day side and the frozen night side creates unstoppable atmospheric chaos. Supersonic winds, tearing endlessly across the planet, permanent storms screaming through the darkness, an entire world trapped in eternal twilight, drowning beneath never-ending hurricanes. And still, the wind is the least of your concerns, because the true horror of Proxima Centauri is its violence. Our sun is relatively calm. Earth is protected by distance and by a powerful magnetic field. Proxima b has no such protection. Red dwarf stars are notoriously unstable, engines of cosmic fury, as you stand beneath the crimson twilight sky. Without warning, the star erupts. Magnetic fields violently snap apart. A colossal stellar flare explodes into space, hundreds of times more powerful than anything our sun has ever unleashed. If you enjoy exploring the greatest mysteries of the universe, alien worlds, lost civilizations, and the darkest secrets hidden within the cosmos, subscribe now to the channel, The Secrets of the Earth, because there are still truths hidden in the universe that humanity has barely begun to understand.